Computer. All right, you guys, we're good to go. How's everybody doing? It's good to be with you. My name is Sean Escobar, and I am so happy to be with you guys. This is so fun. So this is going to be a really casual call, just fun, and Aubrey and I are just going to be chatting like we're buds, because we are, and she's become a close friend of Crystal's and myself, and we just think the world of her. Aubrey, are you out there?
I'm here.
Good deal. There you are. Okay. So Aubrey, I'm not going to give like the whole introduction because that was in your bio, but what I want to do is just kind of have you break that down for us a little bit more, just as I ask you questions. Is that cool? Just as we converse.
Yeah, that's cool. That sounds cool. But hey, we got to take care of some unfinished business before we start.
What's that?
Your wife challenged me to a ER shred butter challenge, and we need to take care of it.
Okay. Are you gonna eat butter right now?
I'm feeling a little edgy right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and just take a shot of this butter. That's awesome. For y'all. Challenge accepted. Oh God. Here I go.
Let it go. Wait, we can't see you. Did you put that down? I don't know why there's a delay. Yeah. Aubrey, you there? What's going on there? I wonder if it's my connection or Aubrey's. Can you guys hear Aubrey?
I can.
You can hear her?
I saw her do the shot as well.
Can't hear her. No. I can't hear her.
We might have a back.
As long as you're on gallery view, you can see everybody.
Well, what I'm saying is, as she was doing that shot, I couldn't hear a thing. I mean, and I can't hear her now. Aubrey, you there?
Oh, I can hear you now.
Dang it, we missed it.
Well, that was just a buzzkill.
I think she muted it.
I'll do it again.
Other people saw it, so we're gonna be.
I'm not doing it again.
I think we're gonna be able to see it, and I'm gonna go video that, because I was like telling Crystal, I was like, shush, shush, because if you make any noise, then we're on the screen and not you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
You should have. If you'd gurgled it, next time you gotta gargle it.
Oh,
How was that?
a whole cup.
Wow, you're gonna be energetic.
Brain fuel. Hopefully it will make me think better during this.
We'll make it. So you accepted the butter challenge. Now you have the opportunity, if you want, to nominate someone. I guess that's up to you.
Ooh, who do I want to nominate? Who hasn't done this?
Think on it too.
Okay, I'll think on it while we talk.
All right, cool. So who is Aubrey Bergeson?
Okay. I live in Tucson, Arizona. I've been married for 15 years. I have 3 kids. I have a 13-year-old boy and a 6 and 2-year-old girls. I think, yeah, in my bio, I worked as a registered nurse in the NICU for 10 years. I went into retirement to take care of, we kind of had late bloomers, like we had my son, and then went through some infertility stuff, and we ended up adopting our 2 younger daughters through foster care. And that was a whole journey, and I just was tired and just ready to just be home. So I've been home with them. What are my hobbies? I like to read a lot. I have I'm one of those people that reads 5 books at a time.
What kind of things do you read?
Yeah. What's that?
Books.
Self-development and like health and nutrition books, and yeah,
you like to self-educate. That's cool.
Yeah, and then I just love working out and being out in nature and that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Cool. And you had mentioned in your bio something about being a personal trainer at some point.
Yeah, when I was in college, I did that and that was fun. So yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay, cool. And then give us an idea. How was your health before we met you, before all of, this went down? Like, how was your health doing? Were you in good health? Were you all that stuff?
Yeah, I was in good health. I always want to be better, but I kind of had gone downhill a little bit with the pandemic, and I about 2 years ago left the LDS church, and between those two things combined, the stress, I just was medicating, with food and drink, and so I gained, like 15 pounds, and I was struggling with like all the sadness and the struggle. I like wasn't as motivated. So yeah, I was kind of just in a place, and I've tried a lot of diets, and I've macro counted my life away for, and I was sick of it, and it wasn't working, and I was just like sad. So I was kind of in like a bad place when I ran into the ER shred. So
Yeah, and I find it interesting, Aubrey, because it's kind of your thing, right? Like fitness, health, that's your jam, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I get up and do. Yeah.
Yeah, you love that stuff. And so we'll talk more about that in a minute, but give me an idea financially, what's your history in terms of beliefs around money, stuff like that, because this is more of a financial call.
Yeah. Well, so I grew up in I don't know. I grew up in a sort of patriarchal structure where usually the husband would, be the money maker, and mom stays home with the kids. That's kind of the culture I grew up in. But my parents, they were both in the medical field, and my mom was a nurse practitioner and worked all of my upbringing. So I was always a hard worker. I started working when I was 15 years old I was a tutor, and then I worked at I'm like Crystal. I heard her call. I've had like every job. It's like hilarious. Like pizza delivery girl, like just funny jobs. I've like done a lot. I waitress, lots of things. So I've always been a hard worker. I like to work. And I don't know. As I've gotten older, I feel like money's mattered less to me. I don't know. I just feel like I don't need as much to be happy as I think. I just kind of currently, but maybe that's because I'm more comfortable than I used to be when I lived in the basement apartment,
Right.
So.
Right. Well, that was one of the things that I thought was interesting when I met you, Aubrey, is that you did express interest in the opportunity of sharing ER Shred with other people, but you also were not in a position where you really even needed any money.
Yeah. Yeah. My husband's like, why are you doing this again? Because you don't need a job. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's not about that. So yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about that, but also, have you ever had any past experience with any type of entrepreneurship, self-employment, anything like that?
Yeah, I did a business about 4 years ago, another network marketing gig, working from home, and I did it for about a year and a half, and I was a total naive to the whole network marketing thing. I didn't really know what I was getting into, and I kind of just jumped in, got excited and jumped in, and then I realized, yeah, this isn't really my jam. So that kind of fizzled. I don't know. What else you want to know about that?
What do you mean when you say that? What made it not your jam?
I just felt like the things that they train you to do, it's just I felt fake, really inauthentic. And I felt like it was always on my mind, everyone I met, how could I bring it up? And it just felt so forced. And I didn't, yeah, it just like went against some of my value, my core values of just like how I show up in the world. And I just started feeling so like much conflict with who I was and who I was like portraying myself to be. And I just was like, I'm over this. I don't fit with this group or yeah. So it just wasn't worth it. I didn't need the money either. Again, it was just like, I just wanted something for me. And yeah, so that was my experience. So so I've had a little bit of skepticism and like a little bit of been reserved when this opportunity came, because I was just, and same with my husband, like, oh great, another one of these, what now? you know so
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. So what you kind of stumble upon the ER shred, right? Crystal and I
yes.
connected with you. You had inquired about it. And I know you'd shared your results before on the Shred Your Body call, but let's just go ahead again and just kind of tell us how that all came to be.
Okay, so yeah, I was just like spinning my wheels trying to get like lose weight and get back to my old self kind of, and it just wasn't happening. And so yeah, I kept seeing your posts and I was like, okay, this sounds, and I'd been following you guys for a while. And so I was just like, what the heck, like I'll try it. I've tried lots of things. I've done 10-day detoxes, I've done keto, I've done whatever, all sorts of diets. So I'm like, whatever, I'll give it a whirl because nothing I'm doing is working. So yeah, I just did it 100% all in, and it was hard for me. But I lost 10 pounds. I lost like 7 or 8 pounds in the first 5 days. And yeah, I just started feeling like so good and just so clear and light and just like, whoa. So I was super excited about it. And then, well, for me, so I lift weights, and that's always been my thing. And I loved the protein, the incubation of the protein, and like the video about how it increased the absorption by 70%. Or, I was like, oh my gosh. And I was trying to tell my husband about it, and he was like, cool. Like I'm like this nerdy science, like, oh my gosh, this is so awesome. So after I did it, I was like, hey, I'm using this protein powder forever because this is awesome. And I saw a difference in how my muscles looked and everything. So that's when I asked you about the business. Like, I just asked you because I was like, well, what? Because if I could help get my product paid for, and I believed in the program, like it worked for me. And so I was just like, yeah, what do I need to do? And that's kind of how that evolved.
And when was that originally? Was October?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Very cool. And so let's get like an update on, first of all, how are you doing with the protocol, with the lifestyle, fast forward, 4 months.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about, how it's been in the business model, how that's all going.
Okay. So I feel like the ER shred like really shines a light on a lot of things for a person because, the holidays came, and there's a lot of other voices out there about health and nutrition. And I've read a lot of books, and I kind of like Jesse, like you have so much information in your brain. So I was confronted with some of my food issues with the holidays, and then like started getting these conflicting ideas, and I kept like going back and forth, like, oh no, I think I should eat this way. I'm not sure. Like, yeah, that worked and I felt great, but I don't know if it's sustainable. I kept like waffling and going back to different ways of eating. And like, for the last 4 months have been like, like, and it's just been in like the last 2 weeks, I'm just like, I've fallen into like, this is how I want to eat. Like, I've added, like stuff in, but I feel the best this way. And I've tried a lot of different ways of eating. And I've just learned to give myself grace and being human sometimes and not beating myself up. Like I've just had it just has shown a light on a lot of my issues with food, which I think a lot of, especially just being in like the fitness space, it's like all about how you look and like, yeah, everybody thinks they know the right way. I love figuring out like what's Aubrey's right way. I like love that about it because I sick, yeah, like I just am so sick of all the noise. So anyway, that's where I'm at with it. I lost like 4 or 5 more pounds. So I lost close to 15 pounds total. I mean, I didn't have that much to lose. I've almost more been using it to like build muscle and like get, more shredded. So I just feel in a really good place. Like I don't have to count calories. I feel so in tune with my body. Like I can listen. I mean, seriously, this morning I woke up and I was like, I want that smoothie bowl that Jesse was talking about, like with the raisins. And I'm just like, I'm just craving raisin right now. I'm like, I guess I gotta have it, So, but then sometimes I'm like, oh, I'll just have, I don't know. I just listen to what my body is like wanting, and I can hear it finally. So yeah,
That's for me, same thing. It's been one of the coolest things
it's awesome.
to become in tune. Pretty awesome.
But it's like almost 5 months to really like full belief. Like I still had to struggle through so much like old beliefs, of about it. Yeah.
I like how you said, block out all the noise and listen to Aubrey. I like that. That's what the lifestyle is all about. It's just intuitive.
Yeah.
So give me an idea now. I know you have been able to earn enough to pay for products. I know you've got like a lot of people in your team. You've enrolled a lot of people. We don't need to go into like all the specifics around that, but how has that part been for you?
The thing that I love so much about it is that I haven't had to try I mean, I like have put it out there, but like I'm not messaging 10 people a day like, hey girl, I haven't talked to you in 20 years from high school, but I'm doing this, you know what I mean? Like I haven't sent a single message like that. It has been completely natural and organic, like sharing, because I'm telling my truth. Like I'm not about to be like faking any, because I don't need the money. I don't need, like, I just want, it's just been like natural. And so it's just happened naturally. It's almost like that law of attraction thing, like just, put it out and like, if you have full belief and like, you're not desperate about it. Does that make sense?
Totally makes sense. Yeah, I found that when I'm not in a place of desperation in my business, I've noticed that when I get into a really healthy, abundant place, good things start to flow to me. And then when I get in that scarcity space, things are not flowing, and it just gets gross. So I really love what you're saying, because when you're in a good, healthy space and the belief is there and the intent is pure, people find you bump into people at the right time. It just flows so naturally. Yeah. So
yeah. I guess I haven't felt gross. Like I haven't done anything like, because that's like my integrity with this, like with my past experience. I'm just like, if I'm gonna succeed at this, like I'm gonna do it my way, and I'm gonna be me, and I'm not gonna do things that make me feel inauthentic. Like I just don't want to do that, and I haven't felt like I've had to, which has been really cool.
I think that's what's gross about a lot of the network marketing books, Aubrey. A lot of the network marketing books, if you read them, they specifically teach you how to contact your friends and your family and what to say. And if you think about that, like that script is, that's kind of inauthentic. If I was to contact you, Aubrey, and say, hey, Aubrey, hey, how are you? It's been a while, but I thought of you because da 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 da.
Yeah.
It is. There's something about it that's just not natural. Have you noticed that with the people you have shared with, would you call that like natural networking? And how has some of that unfolded?
Yeah, I've just basically had people reach out to me about it, and like I I almost don't even want people to do it if they're not ready, or if they don't understand it. I'm like, hey, like, I like have to like really explain, like, did you watch the videos? Like, do you know what this is? This is not like a crash diet. This is not like, and I try to be like, yeah, like, what's going on with you? Like, what, it's not just like, oh yeah, like, here's your, these products, and okay, yeah, just order from this link. Like, I'm like talking to, but that's what I like, love it, because I wanted to talk a little bit about like the religion, and like the loss of community and all of that, and
Talk
what,
about it. Yeah, talk about that.
um, because I've been trying to figure out like, why am I doing this? Because I don't need, I don't need a job. I have a career I could go to. Like, I have kids, I'm busy, like, but when I left the religion, and also with the pandemic, like, it's been very socially isolating. I lost a lot of my friends. Like, I don't know, maybe it's the pandemic, but a lot of people just kind of stopped contacting me. And then like, I lost my entire community basically. And so I like have realized with this, that is like what I'm seeking, is like connection, community, like-minded people who like are into personal growth. And also like, it's like a service opportunity. I kind of look at it that way, because I got to do that a lot in my church. And so like, when you start network marketing, you don't make a lot in the beginning. It's a lot of work. I mean, that's how every business is, but it's a lot of work, and you don't make it, it's like building over time. So that's something that helps me, is I'm just like, I look at it as service. And I feel like a lot of people in the group do too. And I love helping people with health and anyways, so it's just like a win-win for me, because it's like I'm just helping other people improve their lives. Like, who wouldn't want to do that,
I love that, Aubrey. You've really fit in with the culture too. How would you describe the culture to someone that doesn't know?
I just think it's super supportive and accepting of all people, like different, doesn't matter where you come from, or like how you look, or anything. We just like celebrate everyone and where you're at in your health journey. It doesn't, you don't have to be, you can be anywhere, and we're going to help lift you up to the next, better place that you want to be, and I feel like there's always somebody there for, like, I just get excited to get up and like get on the Ear Shred page. Like, I don't scroll. I just like get on there and see what's going on, and I mean, that's one of my favorite rooms to hang out in. So yeah.
We're so grateful for you and all you bring. I mean, we're so grateful for you, Aubrey, and all you bring to the table, and how you bought in. And I think it's so commendable that you don't need the money, and it's not about the money. And I know how pure that feels, because that's how I feel. I feel like I've never done anything so worthwhile in my life, because it's all based on, like you said, it's positive, and it's growth, and it's building people, and it's the right kinds of people, genuine, good people, and they all have, based on my exchanges with everybody, it's just drawing the kinds of people. Let me put it this way: they're growers, but we all have past trauma. Everybody knows my past trauma with my sex abuse when I was a child, and how I had to live with that, and ultimately confronted that. But in fact, tomorrow night, Jesse's going to do a call with Lenny and Lenny Evans, and they're going to talk about overcoming things, and they're going to talk about how ways you can do that. That's one of the cool things, Aubrey, is this is just the beginning, but what comes from a culture like this is so much more in terms of emotional health, overcoming trauma, limiting beliefs, personal development, like you said. I wanted to ask you, Aubrey, one of the last things I wanted to ask you is, what are what would you say, any benefits in terms of your well-being overall, outside of just weight loss or anything like that?
So another thing that I has always been a struggle, but even more now since I kind of lost my whole worldview, is just trusting myself and like listening to my intuition, like we talked about. And that has definitely been a process that did not happen overnight, but it happened. And I'm being like, it's being strengthened every day as I just like trust the process. So that's been really cool. I feel like I've been like way less overwhelmed with food and nutrition, and just like when I go to the grocery store, it's like my 10 items and I'm like, sweet. I don't have to look at all these packages and read the labels and blah, blah, blah. Like it's just easier. And I actually tried to go back to like macro eating, like, like a carb, like a balanced plate and like, or like even just making breakfast. And I'm busy. And like, I've actually just loved the shakes because I'm like, this is so convenient. Because I was like, this is working for me. Because I'm not really a shake person, but I've just been surprised how much time it's freed up and just mental energy,
So cool. So cool. Aubrey, my dad always tells a story about how early on in Isogenics, there was this woman and she came to a meeting and she was mega, mega, mega wealthy. And she had this fancy purse that was a couple grand, and she had this fancy fur coat. I mean, this lady had money, mega money. And he said that she was, back in the beginning of Isogenics, they used to send us paper checks. In fact, my parents' first paper check in Isogenics was $7.50. And it was like 1 PIV minus the handling or whatever. So they actually never cashed that check. They have it framed and it's in their house. An Isogenics check for $7.50. But this lady, Aubrey, she's running around the meeting room and she's showing everybody in that meeting room her check. And it was insignificant. It wasn't much money, but she was running around and she was so excited and giddy and just having so much fun with that. And she was showing everybody that she generated this income. And my dad always talks about how oftentimes one of the things that we're looking for, as human beings is, it's a mission, it's a purpose, it's identity, and that's one of the things that I love about what we do, Aubrey. I love that, you can find ways to discover your unique talents, bring those unique talents and gifts to the table, offer them up. We all offer our unique talents and gifts up one to another, and then we all partake together and we make this incredible thing with all of our unique pieces. And that's kind of, that story came to mind whenever I think about why would anybody do this if they don't need the money? Well, I love your why for doing this. Your why for doing this, it's not even so much to say, look to your husband, like, look, I can make money too. It's not like that. But a lot of people who come out of patriarchy, they feel that, you bet they do. But yours is more so, you want to participate in a community, and you want to have, you want to grow together, and you want to see what you can offer. It's just so cool. I just think you're so cool for doing it. So
Thanks. No, hey, it's helped my mental health. Okay. Like, seriously, I mean, it's been like, it's an outlet. Like when you're home with your kids, all the time, it's nice to have some fun with some grown-ups that are some cool peeps,
Yeah, you mean you don't want to just be a mom?
I know.
I know how that is, Aubrey, because you know mine and Crystal's whole story, and you know how important it was for her to feel like, that she was contributing, not even in the way of money, no, but contributing to something. And so I understand what you're talking about. You're just been a light to this community. We love you like crazy. did you happen to think of who you might want to nominate? I'm going to try to get that shot on video. That's the first butter shot, so you are way badass.
Yeah,
But-
good, clean fun at my house.
Oh my gosh, I got to try that. But
Oh,
if you think about who you want to nominate, and then you can nominate them in the group. How's that?
All right.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yep.
That'd be awesome. And Aubrey, real quick, have you found the business model of, Isogenics and marketing ER Shred? Have you found that to be simple?
Yeah, I think it's been super easy. It's just
Okay.
what part of it are you asking about? Or
Well, see, because you don't know this, but we're working right now on business processes that make it far more simple. You've actually done well with that, Aubrey, and I've been telling you that all along. I'm like, Aubrey, you're doing great. You've already got 91 people in your tree. So you've been doing amazing things, and I'm just really proud of you. But I just wanted to, I've told you this before, like, you haven't had all that much guidance or direction because it's still forthcoming, as you know. In the next 2 weeks, we're going to dial all that in so that it'll just be like a fine-tuned machine and streamlined and turnkey for people. But look what you've been able to accomplish, even still, and I haven't held your hand. You've been doing that on your own. So I just wanted you could maybe give people a vote of confidence that it's doable.
yeah, I feel like because I did really just figure it out. Like I didn't want to like ask you stuff because I just felt like, oh, he's busy, but it wasn't hard to figure out. And there's support, like other people that have helped me out with a few things. And yeah, it wasn't bad. And it's been nice. Like I actually set out in the beginning to pay for my product. Like that's what I want to do. Cause I was like, oh, 2 shakes a day, like, yeah, that's going to add up. So I want to figure out how to pay for that. And that's totally, I've been able to do that. And I've gotten I got a bunch of free stuff, and I did the IsaBody challenge. So I got my free delivery, and it's like been actually adding up to quite a bit. And also like in the back of my mind, even though I'm like, oh, money doesn't matter to me, like with my husband, it's like, yeah, well, I'm building our nest egg here for when maybe you could retire early.
I love
So
that.
I have like vision.
You have a
and, like,
vision. Yeah.
I know that
Speak on that real quick, Aubrey. I want to hear that. Speak on that. What's your vision?
Well, first of all, like I think the ER Shred is legit, or else I wouldn't still be here, because I've tried so many other things and I would have become disenchanted at this point. Because if you ask anyone who knows me, I like flip flop like crazy. I'm always trying something new, and I'm like squirrel, So the fact that I'm still here is like, you should pat yourself on the back for that. But yeah, like it works, so that's like huge, because that was part of the thing with the other business I was involved in, is after a while I was just like, I don't know. And this is simple too. It's not like bazillion products, you're always pushing some new product, and it's like people are just like, ugh. I like that it's like simple, it's effective. So anyways, I just think it has huge potential, because people start getting results, and people see it. It's an outside thing that people see, like this person has changed how they look, how they feel, how they show up in the world. And they're going to want to know, like, what the heck? So then other people are sharing, it's not even like I'm sitting here having to find all these people. It's like everybody is just a walking billboard for my business, if I help them. So I just feel like over time, like I'm all for the long game, to just keep chiseling away at it. And like, I told my husband, I'm like, this is like residual income that we will have forever. Like, we don't have to keep working when we turn 75. Like, we would still be getting this money if you know what I mean? So I don't know, like I can contribute something, and And luckily I'm just having fun with it and not being too serious, just being natural. But I think it could turn into something huge in the back of my mind, you know?
Yeah, it could turn into something huge. And just love that. I mean, you basically just offered some training there on what is important and what isn't important. And so thank you for that, because yeah, that new people need to know that. They need to know everything that you just said about, you don't have to hawk all these different things and you're constantly, new shiny object. Hey, friends, look at my new shiny object. Like, we have legitimate, I mean, I hate to say, like, you don't say bread and butter, but we've got like legitimate rock solid stuff going on here that's sustainable. It'll be here a year from now. It'll be here 2 years from now. It'll be here 5 years from now, because it's teaching people lifestyle. It's teaching people empowerment lifestyle. Like Jesse always says, empowerment lifestyle. So you nailed it. You nailed it. Aubrey, I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited for you. And Aubrey, what's cool is if you can cycle 5 times in a week, then guess what? You can cycle 10 times in a week. And if you can cycle 10 times in a week, you can do 15, and you can do 20, and you can do 30. And what people don't know is that the cycles, all they are is simple math, okay? That's all cycles are, simple math. The amount of people using the products, and those volume counts go into your tree, and it pays out a certain percentage. And I always tell people, like, if you can get to 5 cycles a week, you sure as heck can get to 10. Why not? It's just a few more people on the products. That's it. And you get paid infinite levels, and you get paid on friends of friends of friends of friends of friends anywhere in your tree. It's crazy, crazy cool. So not only do we have the compounding leverage, effect of people sharing with people, and that's what you might not have realized yet, Aubrey, that I'm so excited when you actually see it. You're going to find somebody, Aubrey, and that one person's going to do some damage in a good way. That one person is going to bring in like 20 people or 50 people in a hurry. And you're going to see in your tree what that does for your income, because you get rewarded for indirectly bringing that, to the company, the volume from those orders. And when that happens, that's when it gets really crazy exciting. Like, that gets fun, because now not only are you going to make more money, but you'll see all the lives impacted. I can't tell you, Aubrey, I can't tell you how many people that I've worked with who are alternative health professionals, doctors, even medical doctors, and they get involved with this type of a concept, and they actually say, like, it clicks for them, and they go, I can help more people this way, because in my practice, I can only see and get my hands on so many people at once. But with this, it's so exponential and compounding. I can help, people within my sphere, and then that ripple effect. I mean, I'm reaching so many lives. You're going to start to see that in your own business. Compound leverage. You're going to start to see the incredible benefits of residual income, and you've already started to see those. So I'm just so excited for you. This gets fun. That's why, guys, if you're on this call, do you want to have some fun? Go find yourselves an Aubrey. Okay? Seriously, I'm serious, Aubrey. Like, if they will go find somebody who is new, who is, they're not tainted, they don't have all the past dogma, if you will, and indoctrination. You go find someone and you just train them up pure. This is how we do things. It's simple. We have a one concept focus. It's really, really cool. So, Aubrey, anything you want to say in closing before we sign off?
Oh gosh. Yeah, I just think this, coming from having a little experience with network marketing, I can see the differences, and I'm very pleased with the differences. Like, it's something that it's just totally different, and I just can be myself, which just makes everything easier. So
That's beautiful.
yeah.
That's beautiful. The best compliment I ever got in network marketing in my career was someone said this after I'd worked with them for quite a long time, and they actually said to me, wait, this is network marketing? I didn't even know. That means I did a good job. I did a good
Yeah.
job of keeping it about the results and keeping it about the referrals, keeping it, the focus was on the mission. So, you know, but I'm thank you for the feedback. That's awesome. Okay, guys, tomorrow night, I hope you guys will join us on the Shred Your Body call in the ER Shred group with Lenny, and Jesse Jamnick is going to be the host, of course. And then we have our Come Alive call on Wednesday night, 6 o'clock Mountain Time. What is that, 8 o'clock Eastern? I'm going to let everybody just unmute and love on Aubrey and tell her thank you for being with us, because she was the brave teacher in the moment. So everybody, feel free to unmute yourselves and thank Aubrey for us.
Thanks, Aubrey.
Thank you, Aubrey.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Aubrey.
Aubrey.
Great story.
Appreciate you, Aubrey. Thank you.
Thank you, Aubrey.
Thanks for joining us, you guys. This was fun, and I hope you learned something, and I hope you got to know Aubrey so that you know her in the group, and we can all just keep on growing the community and making more friends. We love you all.
Thanks.
Something.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Have a good
Bye.
night.
Good night, you guys.